Okay, so what we've got to tidy up then, we've got this tail here, and I just want us to deal with the tail first before we deal with the yarn going to the ball. So I'm just going to turn it over because it'll make it a bit easier to see. So what we're going to do with the tail actually is just shorten it before we do anything more. So I'm just going to cut it about there with some very bad scissors. Okay, so once we've got that bit there, we're just going to literally go inside, and I just want you to just tuck it inside and maybe underneath, wrap it around the frame a couple of times so it's secured. Okay, and then you can pull the knitting back round the wreath like that. And now we're actually going to close up. If I turn it on its end there, you see got this gap between the knitting on each side there. We're going to close that gap using some of your remaining yarn. So what I want you to do is just lay the yarn over the top of your wreath like that around the circle, and then cut it just a little bit longer than that. There we go. So that you've literally only got what's required to close up that gap on the inside. So what we're going to do is literally pass the yarn underneath the stitches, these loops that are just around the inner edge. And we've got them on both sides. They look the same and they're kind of opposite each other, which is really handy. So we're going to go probably, I think clockwise. I think you want to basically do it so that, because the yarn is coming out from underneath a loop, we want to pull it so that that loop is taut. If I go the other way, this loop is a bit free to move around and we want to secure it. So we're going to travel in the direction that pulls that loop that it's coming out of. Okay, so you're just going to get the end of your yarn. And I don't actually go under every single one. You can do if you want to, but I find that it's effective enough to close it and look neat and tidy by skipping. So going under the first two and then skipping one, and then going under the next two and then skipping one and then going under the next two. So every other set of loops, pair of loops around the edge, I go under. So you literally go through from where it's already on the front edge. So I'm going to find an opposite loop on the back edge. It'll be difficult for you to see exactly what I'm doing, but on the opposite side there's a loop. I'm literally just going to take my yarn and pop it through and pull it. Okay, so that's gone under these two stitches, and then I'm going to skip the next two. These two are the most obvious, and I'm going to go under the next two after that. So I'm going to come back over to the front and I'm going to work from the outside of the stitch in like that, and then under the opposite loop, which is just over there, from the inside out. There we go. And so that is effectively, if I put that through, that's effectively, can you see, just covering the stitch, the frame on the inside there without ruining our beautiful stitches on the outside. Okay, so now I'm coming back, so I'm skipping these two and I'm going to go in under these two. So I'm coming through from this side, I'm going to go underneath this one from the outside. Pull it through, and then turned it over now, I'm coming under its opposite loop on the other side of the frame, coming through there. It's a little bit slightly split there, that yarn. It's quite forgiving, this yarn, in that you can kind of tuck bits in. Okay, so I'm just going to continue going all the way around. So the video, I'll probably speed it up now for you, so you don't have to watch me and you can focus on doing it yourself. So skipping one, going to the next one, skipping one, going to the next one.